And welcome to Double Talk. I'm Mark Steffen.
I'm Michael Mandel, and our producer is eating pretzels.
Yeah.
Yes, you know, that's a neat haircut you have there.
Did you get your haircut?
I did, but not because you got yours. Yours actually looks like it was styled or something.
Well, I did get my haircut just before the show today.
You did.
I did.
That's pretty good.
Looks good, doesn't it?
It does. It's like Adrian Alvarez. You know, they have these people who do the styling for the personalities.
And in this
Who
case,
styled you?
Mark Steffen's hair design by Ramon
Who was it?
at Max Designs.
Really?
Yes.
You should get something that says that underneath the, right there.
And
get it. So there it is, Max Designs. Oh, who what styled your hair? Ramon M. Madrid.
yes.
Owner
Yes.
and lead stylist.
Yes,
Oh,
actually, that's the location right there at 525 East Loman.
everybody recognizes that.
Right there on the
building.
right-hand
They all know
side.
that. That's yeah, on the right-hand side.
On the right-hand side of the building. They're on the second floor. And tell you what, we interviewed them on Lifestyles.
You did?
Yes.
Oh, who
And
are we? Because
on
I can't see who
on
we
Las
are.
Cruces Lifestyles.
There we are.
I interviewed. Well, it's not only.
Do you know how to interview people?
It's not only Max
Really?
Designs, but it's Xanadu
Xanadu?
Day Spa as well.
Is there a new show that we're putting out there? That
Well, we have a
enables
lifestyle.
us to
We have
do
a
that?
Las Cruces lifestyle show for premier businesses in Las Cruces.
Premiere.
And if you'd like to have your business highlighted,
I'm looking because
Get in touch
we can't
with us.
see. Yes.
that's the interior.
So I could get a spa treatment, huh?
You could get a spa treatment, manicure, pedicure, salt treatment.
A salt treatment? So they cure your body
Massage.
so you become like meat jerky?
Go and get a massage. You can come out looking well, feeling well. And
And what else?
if you watch the lifestyle show, that'll be Sunday at 11:30 in the morning, and again Monday at 6:30 in the evening. You'll get $20 off.
If you...
You tell them that you saw them on Las Cruces Lifestyles.
Really?
Yeah, it's a pretty good deal.
But I think you have to watch the show because you have to... There's some kind of code that you have to give them, right? Like
Well,
on TV,
you'll see
always
what
have to do
you'll
things?
see what you have to say
Something
to
special.
get a $20 discount.
I got my haircut for free, you know.
Right, where'd you get your haircut?
Planet Fitness.
Free, huh?
Free haircuts.
You got your money's worth.
Does it look it?
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
And
God, I'm so
anyway,
proud. At least I don't look like Leon Trotsky anymore, although I like looking like Leon Trotsky.
I didn't think you ever did.
I did.
You're more like the Zigzag Man.
Or Gallagher.
Anyway, I want to thanks to Ramon for giving myself a great haircut.
You know, and you know who would love to look as well as we look? Ashton Kutcher. Ashton Kutcher would love to look like
He's
this
got good
because
hair.
he's got good hair.
He's cut it.
He does. You know, he needs to have his hair for protection because he signed up to be the 500th person to want to go on space with Spaceport America or in orbit.
Into the spaceship. Well, now we should do that
Yes, we should. I'm
We
sure
should
a lot
sign
of
up.
our watchers wish that we did.
and not come back.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well,
that's the spaceport.
if anybody would like to see us take off, send in your donations. How much does it cost?
We only need $200,000.
$200,000 to ride in the spaceship. That's each.
Yes, that's true. No, what we could do is we could share a seat, or I could go for the first half and you can go for the second half. You want to do that?
You blast off and I'll re-enter.
That's true. We could switch while we're up there. That would be good. So 500 people at $200,000 each, they're already making some money. Of course, I guess they only have to put a down payment down now.
Well, we could put a camera in the spaceship and actually start our show in there.
We could, and then
Report live from the spaceship in orbit.
and then we could do something we rarely do. Would be, come back down to Earth. We never do that.
So
we don't do that.
anyway,
Well, that's cool. Ashton Kutcher, you know, I think it's great that he does it. I'm kind of getting used to the guy, you know, now that he's on 2.5 Men. He was always so sterile when he was on the 70s show. And then he's always so oblivious on most of his things. But 2.5 Men, I think he's finding his forte after Charlie Sheen left. Charlie Sheen was just on some weird ad on TV.
he's got a new show coming up too.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be good. Oh, yeah, probably.
But it won't be on Channel 98.
No, it won't? I thought we're bidding for it.
No.
We're bidding for it. We're bidding for the show, and it should be here along with some other great tidbits. Meanwhile, you know, here's our technology section of the show. They've just come out with a vibrating tattoo which is linked to your cell phone. So instead of having your cell phone ring or vibrate, You know, it's so annoying to have your cell phone vibrate. You know, I always think I'm getting a heart attack. You can have a tattoo anywhere on your body that will vibrate. And the same way you get different ringtones for different people, you will have different bursts of vibration. And it's made with a ferromagnetic ink that Nokia has patented. And whatever person's calling you could put the tattoo anywhere you want. It shows there that it's on the wrist. Picture I saw on the internet, a girl had a tiger sprawling along the small of her back, and I bet you could have it in the most intimate places you wish.
So say the phone rings and that part of the body starts vibrating.
Yes. You answer your back.
Do you have to talk into wherever the thing is?
Back. No, I believe you pick up your phone.
Oh.
So, but that could be weird. And they've been talking about other things that can happen with that, because if you can get a ferromagnetic ink in your body, certain things like Nintendo Wii could make your face vibrate if you're in a game and you get hit by a paintball. I don't know. Anything could happen, because the frequency that the ink would vibrate on is controlled by whatever the machine is. So it should be interesting.
So this ink is
where are you going to get
right?
yours? Where are you going to get yours?
My tattoo? I'm one that doesn't get tattoos. I was born without tattoos, and I'll die without a tattoo. What am I supposed to do, improve on God?
Well, you know what? You're so consistent. You were born without money, and
I'm going to die without any either.
That's right. So that works. That's a good religious thing.
That's true.
You know, in the Jewish religion, you're not supposed to get tattoos.
I hear that.
Because you're supposed to, as you say, you know, God gives you this body, don't start screwing around with it.
Well, so in my case, I don't have to be Jewish not to get a tattoo. I just don't get one.
You do many things that are Jewish, such as you only eat kosher beef.
No, I don't eat beef at all.
No. Well,
I don't eat pork.
See? That's
and I don't drink milk.
Oh, well, what are we going on? We could work into our pink slime talk, but we're not going to.
We're not there yet.
No, we're not going to do that. We're going to do a political thing about Robert De Niro told a joke.
Yeah, what did Robert De Niro say, by the way?
Well, he said he was at a dinner with Michelle Obama, and then he starts naming the wives of the Republican candidates. And after he mentions their names, he says, I don't know. I don't think America's ready for a white first lady. Mm-hmm. Which is kind of funny, because we've had white first ladies mostly.
Up until recently.
Only this last one. As well as many people during the Obama campaign said, we're not ready for a black president. He said this, and of course, Newt Gingrich said it was tasteless. And even though Newt Gingrich says some incredibly tasteless things, he couldn't realize that the precedent for this comment was in order to make it funny. And I think it is funny, because of course we're ready for a white first lady.
Maybe not his wife, not Gingrich's wife necessarily.
Which one was that? Which one is he on?
The latest one, anyway. I don't know.
Is he on the fourth one? So we're talking about Gingrich. Now we could talk about pink slime.
Well, you know,
because I know you're an advocate of anything beefy.
Well, like we just mentioned, I don't eat beef for good reason.
What's that reason?
Health reasons. It's tainted. It's American beef. It's got hormones in it. It's got antibacterial.
Oh man, we're going to hear it from the ranchers. The ranchers.
Good.
Chicken has bacteria. Chicken breeds bacteria more than
they give antibiotics to the animals.
You take antibiotics.
I do not.
Well, I'm not going to eat you.
And now pink slime.
So don't ask.
It's finally been revealed that pink slime has been added to ground beef for years. Basically, it's slaughterhouse floor sweepings.
Well, that's how you characterize it, as slaughterhouse floor sweepings. But the manufacturers categorize it as lean, finely textured beef.
Yes, which they then spray with ammonia.
Which is sort of like wet beef. It's
and they mix
liquid beef, kind of.
And then they see, here's some textured morsels right there.
It looks like French fries.
And then they incorporate it into ground beef, mix it up. You can't tell it's there. It's pink slime.
Yeah, it adds weight to the meat count, and
it's cheap. It's the cheapest cuts possible.
It's not even a cut. It's a, you know, when you cut meat, obviously there is stuff that, you know, is like sawdust. It's beef dust, and and you just take that off, and it's meat, and you just add it to this. They say it's perfectly good, except for the fact that it's treated with ammonia.
They say, the people who sell it say that, yeah.
And I think schools were already agreed not to put pink slime. You don't get pink slime. Oh, you don't buy it by the bucket.
Can you go in and say, I'd like 3 pounds of pink slime, please?
Or you can get a pink slime slushy.
Well, McDonald's was selling pink slime burgers
but
for years.
Slushy.
It was probably the only beef in the whole burger itself.
Oh, they were going to get it from McDonald's too. I think the ranchers.
They don't sponsor this show, so it doesn't matter.
They don't sponsor it, but they could.
Well, they won't.
What an opportunity!
They won't.
You could be McDonald's. You could be a premier sponsor.
Well,
How's
yes.
that?
If you
Premier
vow that you don't
business.
use pink slime, we might let you sponsor a show.
Pink slime is probably okay. You know, it's exotic. Think about what steak tartare is. Finely ground beef, right?
Raw.
Raw, but pink slime is finely ground beef that's really, really sliced finely. You know, real fine. And, you know,
Well, I don't know too many premier
I'm
businesses
arguing for
here.
a pink slime.
You know what I like about Max Designs? No pink slime. No pink
Really?
slime at all. None.
Really? Are you sure this isn't a wig?
Well, no. If it is, it's a pretty good
it's
one.
A wig. Looks like other people's wigs. That might be a compliment. It fits your head very nicely, your hair.
Well, it's nice and tight.
Okay.
It's nice and tight. Now, speaking of pink slime,
Yes.
or slime anyway,
We like to segue.
the Sunderland Park
That's a good.
circus is ongoing, and the latest wrinkle is that the police chief was arrested for bribery.
We do love talking about Sunderland Park.
Now, usually you bribe the police.
Yeah, I usually do.
He was busy bribing somebody else.
His sister. His sister was going to run for a council seat that the mayor-to-be didn't want contested. So they tried to get his sister to stop from running, and they did it. They got her to stop running by giving her, I think, money and promising her a job somewhere else. So that adds up to, I don't know, 8 or 9 people that are arrested in conjunction with it. Also this week, they've been looking at the books at Sunderland Park, and the Attorney General said that there's incredible amount of discrepancies, which gives you a reason for wanting to work for the city, because there you get money, and who knows what they do with it.
Lots
Since
of
they
fringe
don't keep a
benefits,
record,
apparently.
They don't keep a record of the money, and you get whatever you can to help you get along in Sunderland Park, because it's really expensive to live in Sunderland Park, isn't it? You got to pay for the sun.
And, well, there's a racetrack there that provides a tax base that's pretty good.
The median income in Sunderland Park is $26,000 a year. That's median.
Yeah,
Which,
so,
it's not too high.
No, it's not very high
So
there.
you need your job and you need your extra benefits when you work at City Council. So we work here, and we're going to take should we take a little break now? What do you think?
Yeah, it's about time to take a break.
I think so.
And when we do that, we'll come back and talk about... And we're back, finally.
It took a while. We had to go to all these different places. But that was quick.
Anyway, you're watching Double Talk right here on Channel 98.
And we're still talking about, this is local news. There was a guy on East Madrid that, what's his name?
That was on Wednesday, wasn't it?
Yes. And Martin Aguirre, 47-year-old, had a knife, and when his caretaker came over to deliver medication...
Caretaker? Caregiver. Caretaker would be like a landlord.
Caretaker, yes. Or she took care of him.
She's a caregiver, a nurse or some
She
sort.
gave care and didn't take care?
She brings care and medicine.
Right, she brought medicine,
Apparently he was off his meds and he went kind of loopy. And,
apparently, and he greeted her with a knife. Hi, greet you with a knife. And so she reported it. And, of course,
and got away.
Guy with a knife who's, on meds, that means you should take the SWAT team out.
Well, he's pretty much only a threat to himself at that point.
Yeah, he's just standing
So they had to
there.
call the SWAT team, which seems like a gross overreaction.
The SWAT team and the hostage team and the canine team. And they
They
walked
tear
into
gassed
his
the
apartment.
guy's apartments.
They closed off the block. Apparently, this is very good for business because it was around lunchtime, I guess, so everybody went to Corner Deli. to eat, and then to go watch the action.
To go watch the circus
stuff.
outside.
So this may be a new way to get more revenue for the city, where you make the arrests into an event. And then people, get festive.
Yeah, you could roll up the roach coaches and the hot dog vendors could show up.
Or this arrest sponsored by Corner Deli or something.
Right, exactly.
Everybody should sponsor arrests. We've had a number of these incidences. Remember on Telshore about 2 or 3 weeks ago, they surrounded a house for about 3 or 4 hours, which actually means...
They had a bullhorn, come on out with your hands up.
Right.
Of course, there was nobody in the house.
Well, then when they finally raided the house, nobody was there. But when they finally raided this house, the guy was still just standing there. They used beanbag guns.
Yeah.
And what else? Taser?
They tased him.
Tased him.
They used
Didn't
tear
matter.
gas.
Didn't matter. And they finally probably, they said he ended up with a broken wrist. They probably, when they...
I wonder if they tried asking him to just come along quietly.
Could you put your knife down and walk this way? And we don't need the entire police department, because that costs us money. I don't know how. We pay them anyway, but...
Well, it takes resources away from
other places. You know, and
it just, it's silly.
What else have they done? Oh, the guy with the sword who was walking...
When you have a sword, they'll shoot you. A knife, they'll just tase you and beanbag you.
Yeah, because a knife, But the sword is dangerous because it's 2 feet longer.
Yeah.
You just stay back 2 feet more, right?
Seems to me.
So now, not only the ranchers are going to be against us, but the cops are going to say, well, if these guys ever get threatened with a sword, we're not going to help them. That's what they're going to say. Don't you remember that guy who was on Double Talk, and he said that we do overkill here? So we're not going to do anything. We'll just hand him some mace. And mace, that would have worked on the guy, right?
Mace is pepper spray. Mace is a trade name for...
Pepper spray.
Or CS gas is also another...
So, but mace doesn't work on people in New Mexico because it's pretty much the same thing we eat for
pepper spray. Yeah, we're used to hot peppers.
Hot pepper. So you go...
We use that as a breath...
you get sprayed with pepper spray, you just lick it off.
You go, do you have any hotter stuff?
You go, what do you got? What about the new chili that we introduced, what?
Oh, I'm gonna bring in some of that scorpion chili sauce next week.
Cool.
It's the hottest chili sauce in the world.
So, are you going to taste it on the show?
Yes, I am.
Does that mean you won't be able to talk for the rest of the show?
I'll do it at the end of the show. Don't you worry about that.
You just go,
It's very hot. It's very hot. It's won 3 awards, in the salsa awards.
Did it win your award?
And
You're a very picky eater.
It's not a salsa. It's a hot sauce. And it's even won an award for its label.
Oh, really? That's true, an art thing.
The art design.
But salsa has tomatoes in it, right?
Well, this has
some sort of thing, tomatillos.
This really isn't salsa. It's a hot sauce.
Which is sort of like Tabasco, which is the pepper with a base.
Right. That's a Tabasco pepper.
Yes.
This is a scorpion pepper.
Scorpion pepper. And something like A1 is a sauce too.
It's a sauce.
Except they were smart enough not to put a bunch of peppers in it.
No, well, it's a different thing.
Yes.
Different kind of sauce.
It's good for steak.
But
anyway,
if you want to see a saucy new play,
which is kind of new.
Kind of new. It's new to Las Cruces anyway.
It's gotten such good reception that it's been held over a week. It's Becky's new car at the Black Box Theater. And
downtown.
Downtown. So it's on this week, which means this is Saturday.
Tonight.
So it'll be on at 8. Make your reservations, 523-1223. I memorized that. And it's on matinees as well as next week.
Sunday matinees.
Yes.
Yeah, 2:30.
And the person who is the main
female
actress,
lead, yeah.
What's her name?
Kathleen Murphy.
Kathleen Murphy. She is now starting a new theater company at the Rio Grande Theater. I think she's slated to do 4 to 6 shows a year there, and most of them are nonsense. When
they're going to do musicals primarily, I believe.
When Art Haggerton died, he left her the nonsense legacy. So she has all the costumes, which are pretty much nuns' habits.
Well, he did a lot of he specialized in musicals, so he's got a lot of other musical memorabilia.
Stuff.
And basically, this new theater company, as I understand it, is people who are fed up with the Las Cruces Community Theater.
Who would that be? And
they just want, they get tired with the non-professionalism that goes on there, and they wanted to open up their own theater company, and so they could be their own unprofessionals, I guess.
I guess so, because first of all, people at the community theater don't get paid, which defines them as non-professional.
As non-professional.
But the same people from the community theater, they are not, the community theater does not own actors. It's not like
true.
these people. But the same people that are going to be trying out for roles in community theater will probably be in the one at the Rio Grande. Rio Grande works out pretty good because it's got 400 seats. It's much better for
a nice stage.
acoustics, as much as our producers like their acoustics. And musicals bring in a lot of people.
Well, the sound system at the Rio Grande could use help.
Well, it's probably better than the one at the community theater.
Yeah, they don't have a sound system.
No, not really. So that doesn't work. There it is.
That's
That's the Rio Grande. And the Rio Grande is sort of owned by the city.
The Arts Council
And run by the
operates
Arts
it.
Council.
Yeah.
So
It's a little gem here in the Southwest.
That's right. It is a little gem.
It is.
It's totally redone. One of the oldest something or others around.
Well, I think it's the only two-story Adobe theater in the country left.
It is two-story, even
Yes.
though the Fountain Theater is Adobe and is very tall and could be considered two-story.
But it doesn't have a balcony.
Well, it has a mini balcony.
It has a projection
It has
booth.
a mini
There's
balcony
no
in
balcony.
front.
There's
There
3
is.
seats upstairs.
That's an illegal balcony,
No, it doesn't
by
count.
the way. Yes.
Doesn't count. They used to have more seats up there until they refurbished the Fountain Theater.
Yeah, that was a good idea. The other thing that's going on, this is
what's
something
this?
you put on. No camera. I don't know. Good thing nobody ever watches the show
That's
this
true.
long. So
Nobody noticed.
here. So what's happening before that? Let's start with the weekend, because today, Saturday, has a lot of things. The Rococo Gallery in Mesilla has a musician called John Francasso, and he's got a good reputation. It's at 7 o'clock tonight. An Austin indie singer, which I'm guessing anybody would be, is also playing from 7 to 9 at Amaro tonight. If you haven't been to Amaro.
Amaro Winery, they're on Melendres.
Right across from, Melendres and Amador.
Yeah.
And a birthday bash at Hubbard's is going on probably now,
Hubbard's Music Store.
which is on, where
Wyatt
is it?
Drive.
Wyatt Drive. And it's on most of the day. They have lots of bands coming on throughout the day. So those of you who are sitting around saying, I'm getting tired of watching TV because of these two guys rattling on, go over to Hubbard's right now.
Yeah, as soon as the show's
do
over.
stuff. Okay, in a few minutes. And you'll have a good time.
Now, Wednesday,
Yes.
there's something cool happening. And I didn't know about this. It's called Riders of the Orphan Train.
You should have known about this?
It's
Why should you have known about
it's a
this?
presentation on child migration, they call it. As it turns out, about 250,000 orphans from New York City were put on trains and shipped across the country, and they would just pull into train stations and give the kids away. You want a kid? Here's a kid. Take a kid. He's an orphan. He needs parents.
To work in your haberdashery shop or your mercantile establishment.
These kids were
or
orphans.
on
They needed
your-
parents.
On your ranch.
So they got new parents at train stations across the country.
Or new employers.
Yeah, right. So tonight, Wednesday night at 7 p.m., it's going to be at the Las Cruces Railroad Museum. There's going to be a presentation on this phenomenon that took place. That might even make an interesting movie.
It is a movie.
The Orphan Train.
It is a movie, isn't it?
No, it's a presentation.
A presentation.
Yeah.
Oh, give somebody an idea.
I'd be interested to see that.
Well, are you going to go see it?
I think I will. Yeah. If you
good.
see me there, come up and say hello.
I will.
Hello.
Yes. You're hello. So let's see. Should we talk? We want to talk about some people died this past week.
They did. It's true.
Important to the community. John Hatzel, for one, he had been an English professor for 23 years.
At the university?
But more importantly to us personally is that he helped found the community theater, which
Las
you
Cruces
just
Community Theater.
finished dissing.
He also founded, that's back when it was good. He also founded the
Oh,
Film
when you were 3
Society
years
at the
old?
university.
Yes.
Which they don't have anymore, I don't think.
Who's the guy he started with?
Orville Wanzer.
Yeah, Orville Wanzer,
Yeah.
who has a good reputation.
I used to partake
there.
in it all the time.
People used to go see the movies. Also, so you can go today to see his funeral.
Today at La
1
Paz
o'clock.
Grams at 1 o'clock. Yeah.
I don't know if you
John
see a
Hatzel,
funeral.
just a little note. John Hatzel, I did 2 plays with John Hatzel. He played my father in one, and he played my grandfather in another one.
I guess time took its toll.
So I knew him and his wife Elaine very well. I was going to play with her, with 2 plays with her as well.
On the website for the community theater, John Hatzel wrote the history.
Yeah. So he knows a lot about local history, and he did.
He did. And also, Jack Ward died this past week. He sponsored a lot of the musical choir things at NMSU, as well as James Shook, who started Shook Tires.
Shook Tires. His dad did, yeah.
Yeah. So that was pretty good.
Now, I understand that Rosie O'Donnell got canceled on the Oprah channel.
That's sad.
So maybe we could get her on here on Channel 98.
I think we could.
If anybody wants Rosie O'Donnell to have a show here on Channel 98,
raise your hand.
she'd have to move to Las Cruces. If you want that to happen, get in touch with us, and we'll let you know how many people would like that.
On the other hand, Snooki can't do a show with us. Because she's pregnant.
Oh, darn.
She's pregnant. You know, I don't know how drunk everybody was there, but that's not her pregnant yet. But you'll be able to see it. So she's going to be busy, you know, being parturient.
And also, we want to say shout out a get well to Gallagher, famed comedian. He had a heart attack, and
while he was right before his show,
getting ready to do a show, and he had a heart attack. So they put in a couple of stents.
Right, and now he's going to have to go and do an exercise regimen of destroying pumpkins.
Now I heard that there was
watermelons.
That he had two people that looked like him who would do Gallagher shows and claim to be him. He'd send them out.
I don't think that is him either.
To do Gallagher shows. No, I think that's him.
Really?
But it's not Carrot Top.
No, it's
that's Gallagher. That's what he looks like.
That's Crosby.
It looks like Crosby, but it's Gallagher.
Oh.
So anyway, we're out of time, Michael.
Yes.
And with that,
we'll see you.
You've made it through another episode
in a couple of weeks or something,
Double Talk.
or a week.
Hey, you're going to be on vacation.
I'll be on vacation, so
I'll be here with
he'll
guest
be here.
hosts the next 3 weeks. So thanks for joining us right here on Double Talk.